So I remember at some point, I think it was junior year, my counselor had saw my score, my GPA, and he's like, you're not a competitive medical school applicant. You can pretty much either become a foot doctor because their GPA averages are a lot lower, or better start thinking of another profession. The one gold nugget that he gave me was to consider a postbac program. So I looked up what a postbac program was, and how I explained in my other video. There are some academic enhancer programs specifically designed to enhance your GPA. And as I looked into some of these programs and their success rates, 88, 90, 95% success rate of students that were in that program getting accepted to med school, I knew that I had to look more into that option. So, like I said, part of the reason why I overextended myself was because of not wanting student debt, and a big part of that is culturally, especially in my family, debt is something that will basically, it's the bane of existence, right? Like interest rates and the legality of it all, it ties you down. But if I knew what I knew then to advise somebody in a similar situation, any freshman or sophomore that are struggling a little bit in college, that are struggling to pay their bills because they're afraid, right? Become more informed. Talk to a financial advisor. If nothing else, they're there just to help you become more informed and understand the loan process. And ultimately, when you take out those loans, who you are investing in is yourself. You're investing in your education. You're investing in your time. That time is so precious and valuable. And as much as you may want to completely absorb the entire college experience, right? For those of you who are truly committed to a path of medicine, you really need to take the time, especially as a first generation college student, to learn how to properly study, to learn how to properly engage with the material, with professors, to break down those kind of like social limitations and awkwardness that you may have, because I guarantee you I've had that and experienced that as well. And so anyway, it took me some time. And by that time it was too late. But like I said, I learned of the postbac program, and so I knew in order to even get in the program, there was two things I had to do, or to get into med school, there's two things I had to do. I had to do that postbac program, and I had to set myself apart. I had to do something that would make me look different. And so I studied abroad in the Dominican Republic, and I basically toured different hospitals. I studied at different clinics and did a couple of different research projects there that I can explain later on. And I enhanced my Spanish speaking skills. And to me, speaking Spanish was more than just becoming a more well-rounded physician or making more money. It was about connecting to my roots, connected to my culture, and connected to my family members who I never had a one-on-one conversation with. And so anyway, I did that in the summer, and then I basically had a year to relax. I worked as a waitress at AMC and the dine-in section. It's a lot of fun. If you guys haven't ever been, please check it out. I worked seasonal at Victoria's Secret. I'm pretty sure I did like another seasonal job. I was just working odd jobs, working odd hours, and just enjoying time with my family, enjoying time with my friends, and not really focusing on anything medical related. And I applied for the postbac program. I got accepted there, and the postbac program, oh my gosh, I need to go on another tangent about that another time, but it gave me so much more mentorship and confidence, and helped me become so much more aware of like medical college admissions process, medical college experience, how it's like. I got to meet a lot of different medical students in the UCI Prime program. I had a lot of support from my academic advisor, who looked over my personal statement and edited it and helped me personalize it and really brought out the best in me. And I had such a strong support system within my cohort, within people who experiences are completely different than mine, but yet are so loving and nurturing and supportive and positive. And that kind of strong bond is really difficult to make anywhere, let alone in the process to med school, right? It can be so competitive and daunting. And so anyway, that postbac program was the key for me. It was the key for me to get into medical school. I was ready for it because I had taken such a long break in between. And it helped me not just in the academic sense to do really good in the advanced undergraduate classes I was taking, but it also helped me prepare for the MCAT. And I explained in another video a little bit about how I prepared and how the postbac program in part helped me prepare. And once I got my score, UCI accepted me and said, we think you'd be a great fit. First, let's connect you with both the dean to do an interview as well as the program director of the Pre-Med program, because that's something I really wanted to do at UCI. And I ended up getting those interviews set up. Apparently I did decent because they accepted me into their medical school. And essentially, long story short, they gave me a deferred acceptance because their class of 2019 was already full. So they gave me a deferred acceptance to start fall of 2020. So now that's basically why I'm here. I am currently a supportive services coordinator at Jamboree. It's a low-income housing developer. I help connect people who are homeless to different resources. More specifically, I get them assessed, put them into the coordinated entry system, which is basically a system where if you're homeless, they put you on a scale 1 through some number, and depending on where you fall, you get access to specific services that you're applicable for. So anyway, that's what I do here. I help connect them to those resources, and ultimately the goal is for this program to help them get settled into permanent housing. And I'm happy where I am. I'm happy of what I've accomplished thus far. I'm kind of hopeful and interested to see how this gap year is going to turn out, because I really want to make the most of it. At the same time, I know that this is my last year of fun and freedom and chances to travel, and I really don't know how I'm going to fit every single thing that I want to do before I start med school. But it's been a ride. It's been a crazy experience, and I'm really interested to see how it's going to turn out. It's been a lot of sacrifice thus far, and it's been worth it. Every single day has been worth it, and I can't stress that enough. I've realized as I got older and the longer time I was in the postbac program, to enjoy the process, not just the result, to not just focus on getting into med school or to getting an MD degree, but enjoying all the little successes and everybody who helps support you and supporting other people along the way. Practicing medicine outside of being in medical school, in the sense that you're practicing being caring, you're practicing being selfless, because ultimately med school is such a selfless profession. So anyway, I hope that is kind of a long/short version of how I got into med school. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but please, if you have any questions, like I said, I didn't really mention this, but I got a 4.0 in the postbac program. And like I said, it was part because I had that gap year where I was able to refresh, and I was ready for it, 100% ready for that type of time commitment, to be that disciplined and organized and to set my priorities right. But also really the amount of support I got through UCI's postbac program, I think it's kind of unparalleled to anything I could have really accomplished on my own. So hopefully that can give you a little bit more confidence. You can definitely have a sub 3.3 GPA and still get into med school. But it's a little bit more challenging, and it takes a little bit more time. And it's not something for me that I regret at all, and it's something that I'm particularly more proud of than anything. So good luck, and if you guys have any questions, please let me know.